it's very respectable as well. And we kind of talked about the Cinderella story that essentially it was, because I think originally that spot in the Saturday Fortnite tournament was with Parasite, and Parasite actually wasn't able to attend in that tournament. Literally hands it over to Baldy and says, "Hey man, I know you're talented at this game, go for it." And then in that situation, Baldy, who originally didn't have the spot, ends up closing out the entire tournament and now has the opportunity to win $5,000 along with the $10,000 first place. So we could be having $15,000 in about a week and a half.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good payday.
That's a Kia Soul used. Yeah.
That's a Optic Gaming contract Fortnite Pro player. That's $15,000, all the titles that come along with it. That's insane. But it looks like we're actually transitioning now into our other game that we have going on with Aimbotcalvin and King Richard facing off against Daequan and Camills.
I'm really excited about this match, specifically because Daequan, he was supposed to be playing with Tremere, but now switched up to Camills. So this is the first time we've seen Camills first off in Friday Fortnite. We saw him in Saturday Fortnite, which he played fairly well. But now we're finally getting to see another half of the TSM crew play together. Daequan and Camills are both on TSM. So I'm excited to see Camills, to see how he'll be able to showcase his skills. He's already sitting at 2 kills. We see Daequan at the top at 4. So I want to see how this pair does, because this is a last-minute change that actually I just found out about literally when we put it on the screen. So
yeah, exactly.
But it's a great. But then again, you can't forget King Richard, right? Captain of Team Envy. He's still looking for members for Team Envy, and this is the second time he's played with Aimbotcalvin, and they had great success in our last tournament too. So they're a solid team. So overall, this is a solid matchup.
This is going to be a very closely contested match. Hopefully, a bit more than the last series, of course. But you know, one thing for sure, I think there was a lot of pressure, especially when you're playing with Ninja, right, to perform. We talked about King Richard in the first few weeks that he was playing with Ninja. He was getting kind of knocked down early, getting a lot of blame on social media and whatnot. He kind of switches things up. I think he has more of a brighter frame of mind, and he played pretty much lights out. That was by far the best tournament he has ever played in, was last week with his exact teammate here, Aimbotcalvin. So
and the Friday prior was also, I mean, they ended up making it to the finals in that bout, and it seems like King Richard, I feel like, at least pacing-wise, from what I saw at the beginning, it seems like he's more concerned about staying with his teammate and getting those kills together versus the solo encounters.
Right. Yeah, and he's always been a kind of guy that needs someone else by his side. King Richard is a great support role. He's very talented, but it does benefit him to have his teammate in his back pocket to be able to pick up some extra. And I think that's with anybody, but specifically what I've noticed from King Richard throughout the play. But King Richard's a huge fan of these Friday Fortnights. In fact, actually, last time he lost, he was out of the tournament. He actually put us on the stream. So I got to respect him, and he loves these Friday Fortnights. So it's great to see him come back time and time again and prove himself. But I'm curious to see who he's going to add to Team Envy later on in the future.
And I know as well, we always bring up, like, you know, what players have come from previous games. If you come from, you know, the FPS scene, if you come from Overwatch, any of the other shooters. King Richard actually comes from Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah. So we were kind of talking about a few of their past histories. I don't know how Elder Scrolls Online prepares you for something along the lines of how a Fortnite is, but I mean, hey, he's the captain of Team Envious Fortnite for a reason. So
I think that's a great testament to the game, though, right? You've got a product here that people from all genres of gaming want to come and they want to play and they want to have a good time with it. And of course, you see King Richard just absolutely been dominant almost in every tournament we've seen.
Oh, for sure.
And also the name Aimbotcalvin, like, what a savage.
That's true.
Yeah.
What a great name. Like, if I saw that going into a matchup, I'd be like, yeah, I'm losing to that guy. Guaranteed.
Oh, man.
I wonder how many people have reported him just based on his name alone, because, of course, he has the robotic aim, and it almost looks like an Aimbot when he shoots because he's so good. And people are like, oh, okay, reported.
But, you know, we kind of obviously translate the talk into talking about, you know, Camills kind of coming into this tournament. Like we said, he did play in Saturday Fortnite. This is his first time playing in the Friday Fortnite tournaments, and especially with one of his teammates, which I have been kind of like waiting for to see. Like, we obviously see Hamlins and Myth playing with one another in the past, and even prior to that, we saw Daequan and his team and obviously playing together as well in Hamlin's too. So it's kind of nice to see Camills finally getting involved in the action. I think this is going to be a huge opportunity for him to show, you know, that fourth guy who's actually on TSM, because he's probably the least known player. We talk about Daequan, we talk about Hamlin, we talk about Myth. Everyone knows those guys, right? But no one really knows Camills too much. So I think this is going to be a huge opportunity for him to really show off his skills this week. And at least so far in this game, we do see a very tightly contested match right now. 9 total kills right here for Daequan and Camills, and on the opposite side here for Aimbotcalvin and King Richard, we see 4 along with 7, of course, which is 11 in total. So pretty close game, it's fair to say, gentlemen, which is nice to see. A little bit of a change-up, I think, from the last game.
And is this the second game or first game of these two teams? So this is the second game. We don't know the score from the first one, but obviously with how tight this one is, of course, it was probably just as tight in the first one. So liking what I'm seeing so far. Still a couple of engagements remaining. 22 total remaining. All members are currently up. So I like seeing this. Obviously, this is still winner's bracket, so moving down, if whoever loses, will have to play Blitz into losers, but they will have some tight competition down there as well.
I want to ask you, Legion, have you got an opportunity to play any Blitz?
Yeah.
Oh,
at all.
Fast-paced. I'm all about it.
Are you?
Yeah, because I get to die a lot quicker that way, so I can start the next matchup as soon as it begins. So that's exciting. But no, you're just honestly feeding off what you were saying, though. I see Camills still has the follower command on here for his stream. So do you guys know, like, does he stream often, or is it something that he?
I don't know too much about his streaming past, to be quite honest with you. I do know he streams. I don't know how often he streams.
My point with saying that is one of the reasons why I love tournaments like this so much is because when you see guys like Camills come into this, obviously he's on an extremely well-known team in the Fortnite community, but, you know, even for him personally as a streamer, it's like, oh, man, like, this is your time to shine.
Right.
Not only get to grind on, potentially be able to win, get some cash out of that if you're, you know, taking first through third, but it's a great effort to showcase these players that you might not see very often and see what kind of abilities they've got.
Well, I mean, he's been a quintessential part to TSM since the team has started. He's always been on the roster. So, like you said, seeing him be able to play is really great because a lot of people need to know what he has in his back pocket, what is his potential, and what can he showcase overall. So these tournaments great. But yeah, I don't know too much about his streaming potential, but this is a good opportunity for him overall, and especially if they win it. So definitely have to see how good they're going to be. What is his current score? So we have 9-4-8-12. So 9-12. So Aimbotcalvin and King Richard still have that lead. So talented team.
It's actually 13, Taylor.
Okay.
8 plus 5 is 13.
All right.
So no worries. We're improving on math skills every single day.
But surely.
Hey, it's a given art, that's for certain. But it looks like we do see a few of the jetpacks obviously being utilized. I think it was Aimbotcalvin who actually took down an enemy jetpack player. So what's your guys' thoughts on the jetpacks right now? Of course, they're limited time. They're going to be gone from the game heading into Monday. I mean, of course, we all kind of come from somewhat of a Call of Duty background, of course, with Call of Duty being jetpacks for the last few seasons and whatnot. No?
I started in Halo Reach with the jetpacks.
Well, I meant
competing.
I'm
just joking with it. But no, you're extremely right. I mean, we come from a background where we kind of get used to like this whole jetpack exosuit potential, and I just think that it's been fun to have it in for the game.
Right.
I've kind of seen across the board mixed opinions on how people feel about it, especially in a competitive environment.
Right.
But honestly, I like it. I feel like if you're somebody that just wants to support